Welcome. This is a walkthrough of a modified form of Dan Siegel's Wheel of Awareness practice. It's designed to provide a reflection on the differing aspects of our embodied and relational experiences. So often we can find ourselves stuck or lost in our mental experiences, in our thoughts, in our emotions. We find ourselves repeating them over and over and over again. Maybe we're getting stuck in the same arguments with others, or we're feeling lost in emotions that just don't seem to make sense to us. We might even feel ashamed and try to disconnect from these experiences. Too often, one of the things we forget to do is remind ourselves that we are loved. It's something that's easy to say, and yet we so rarely allow ourselves room to savor the experience of being attended to. One of the first movements of love is attention, is being noticed, being seen, being felt. This exercise is designed to move through three areas of our experience, specifically our embodied experience, our mental activities, and our relationships. In so doing, I hope you can find a sense of connection in each and every one. To begin with, I'd like you just to start noticing your breath. As you breathe in and out, just notice what that feels like. Allow yourself to sit with your breath for a little bit. Our breathing presents us with an opportunity to calm our bodies down when we need to. But even when we don't think about our breathing, it still happens. Our body continues to keep us going, to allow us to continue moving forward. So as you're breathing in and out, I'd like you to draw attention down to your diaphragm and to your abdomen as you notice it expanding and contracting, almost like a balloon, that it would expand both in front and in back. Allow yourself to breathe and to feel the breath moving. And I'm going to introduce an image to you, one of a wheel that has an outer rim and an inner hub that is connected to that outer wheel. As we walk through the next several areas, I'd like you to imagine that everything you're experiencing is somewhere on the wheel, on the rim of this wheel. And your awareness of it, your subjectivity, your consciousness, the part of you that does the experiencing is on the inside of that hub. As you keep breathing, recognize that this experience of the breath is happening. You're noticing it in the hub of this wheel. And what I'm going to ask you to do as we move forward is to send individual spokes of attention out from the hub to the rim. And on the rim is where we find all of the objects of our experience. So to begin with, I'd like you to consider your 5 senses. We're going to walk through them one at a time, and I'd like you to send a spoke of attention out to your sense of hearing so that your awareness is filled with sound. If if you notice yourself becoming distracted or trying to focus on one particular sound, just allow that attention to soften and come back to that open awareness as we welcome in sound. Next, I'd like you to shift that spoke of attention over to the sense of sight. So without opening your eyes, just allow yourself to experience whatever light is coming in through closed eyelids, or if you need to, just barely opened eyelids. And fill your awareness with light. Next, I'd like you to shift your attention to the sense of smell and allow your awareness to be filled with any awareness you have of aromas. Next, shift your attention, and thus the spoke, over just a little bit more to your sense of taste. And fill your awareness with whatever flavors you're experiencing right now. If you're unsure or struggle to notice anything, that's okay. Just sit with that experience for a little bit and welcome it in. Finally, shift your attention, and thus that spoke over just a little bit more to your sense of touch. This might be anywhere where your skin is touching material or skin or furniture, or maybe even the floor. Just open yourself to the sense of touch. Now I'd like you to take a deeper breath in and out. And we're going to shift our attention from our external senses to our internal senses. And I'd like to start with the muscles and bones of your face and jaw. Just notice what you notice and allow your awareness to be filled with the experience of those muscles and bones. Now shift your attention up to your forehead, further to the back of your head, and now to the side of your head where your ears are. And now draw attention down to the muscles and bones of your neck and throat. and further down to your shoulders. And now let attention stream down both arms all the way to your fingertips. And now draw attention back to your upper back and chest. And further down to your lower back and abdomen. And now continue down to the muscles and bones around your hips. Now allow that attention to once again stream down your legs all the way to your toes. And now draw your attention up to your pelvic region and genitals. And then up to the large and small intestines. Just notice the sensations of your gut. Follow those sensations all the way up to the top of your abdomen where your stomach is. And from there, follow the esophagus as it stretches from the stomach all the way up through your throat and to the interior of your mouth. Now we're going to shift from the digestive system to the respiratory system. So draw your attention to your breath as it goes in through your nose and fills the sinus cavities behind your cheeks. And follow it further to the back of your throat. And down the trachea, which runs down the front of your throat, and down into your lungs as they expand and contract. And now shift your attention over to the area around your heart. You might feel it beat, you might not. Either way, just be open to whatever sensations are there. Finally, I'd like you to imagine that each of the pieces of yourself that we've directed our attention to thus far, I'd like to imagine that they're all singers in one large choir. And now we're going to invite every single one of them to sing. So I'd like you to open your awareness to every single part of the body that you focused on. Invite them all in. opening yourself to the whole of your body's experiences can provide a place of safety and vitality and strength. It can also provide a source of intuition at times as we try to understand ourselves more deeply. We learn that we can trust our body to be there when we need it to. So I'd like you to take a deeper breath in and out as we come to the end of this second quadrant. And now in this next section, we're going to be opening our awareness to our internal mental activities. This would be any kind of thought or feeling, emotion, wish, dream, anything that we would consider a function of our mind. I'd like you to open to that now. And while we do this practice, it's going to come in two different parts. For this first part, I'd like you to imagine that you are in that hub of the wheel of awareness. And out on the rim, you're almost watching a video screen or a movie screen, and you're just going to watch whatever emotions, whatever feelings, whatever thoughts, attitudes, wishes, dreams, whatever comes to your mind, I'd like you to either place it up there or allow it to go there. And rather than actually following a particular path, I'd just like you to sit back and observe. Just notice what happens. We'll begin this part of the practice now. As we bring this first part of the practice to a close, I'd like you to shift your attention just a little bit. And as you notice what's going on in your mental activities, this time I'd like you to focus more on the form and structure of them. So whenever a new thought or feeling or memory comes to mind, whenever an image comes to mind, is it coming from nowhere? Is it emerging from a prior thought or feeling? Does it stay in awareness clearly and firmly, or maybe it's fuzzy and uncertain? How does it leave your awareness? Does it just disappear immediately and quickly, or does it kind of fade out? Or is it hard to follow? And then when one mental activity stops, does another one just come in its place, or is there a space in between? And what's that experience like when there are moments of absence there? Really, we're just becoming students of our own mind here, scientists observing and trying to understand our mental architecture a little bit better. God has given us these beautiful minds and bodies. This is a lovely chance to say thank you, to show appreciation for them. So as we bring this section to a close, I'd like you to take a deeper breath in and out as we move to the fourth and final quadrant of this Wheel of Awareness practice. And in this section, we're going to focus on our interconnectedness. As Siegel describes, our minds are both within us and between us. Who we are is not simply a function of our bodies, but relies deeply on our relationships. As Christians, we understand this as we recognize that we are loved into existence. That is, it is God's love for us that allows us to be who we are. Similarly, we get to share this love with others, and that is a little bit of what we're going to practice today. This will come in two parts. In the first one, I would simply like you to open your awareness to a person in your life who has made you feel loved and valuable, who has shown you a godly love. Now I'd like you to shift that attention to people who might be nearby you right now, or who are part of your daily life and routine. Next, we're going to expand that sense of connection to people who live in your city. And next, I'd like you to expand it further to those who live in your region or country. And finally, I'd like you to expand it to people all over the world as we share this planet together. And finally, open this sense of connection up to all created things, recognizing that we are one small part of a much larger, grander, and beautiful world. During this next part, we're going to offer forgiveness and blessing to others, to ourselves, and to us all together. To begin with, I'm going to offer a few prayers for others. May other people be happy and live with a playful, grateful, and joyful heart. May they be healthy and live with a body that gives energy and flexibility, strength and stability. May they be safe and protected from all sorts of inner and outer harm. And may they flourish and thrive and live with the ease of well-being. Next, let's offer this same prayer for ourselves. May I be happy and live with a playful, grateful, and joyful heart. May I be healthy and live with a body that gives energy and flexibility, strength and stability. May I be safe and protected from all sorts of inner and outer harm. May I flourish and thrive and live with the ease of well-being. And finally, I'd like to extend this prayer not just to us, to others as individuals, or to ourselves as individuals, but to that shared sense of we, that shared sense of existence that we experience together. May we be happy and live with a playful, grateful, and joyful heart. May we be healthy and live with a body that gives energy and flexibility, strength and stability. May we be safe and protected from all sorts of inner and outer harm. And may we flourish and thrive and live with the ease of well-being. Go ahead and take a deeper breath in and out. And as we come to the end of this practice, I'd like you to set an intention for your day, an expression of something you want to do, to accomplish, to see that would make the day meaningful and valuable. And when you have a chance at the end of your day, reflect and savor that experience of having made it valuable. As we come to the end, I'll just offer the traditional prayer. Glory be to the Father, to the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever will be. Amen. Thank you very much.